What's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here with our Outriders Worldslayer What You Need to Know breakdown of this latest expansion to this franchise. Now, the TLDR of this is the release date is June 30th. You do not have to wait long. If you do pre-order the upgrade digitally, you'll get up to 48 hours early access to the expansion, and it is built for new and existing players. And this is where I think from just a releasing the information bundle right at the start of this video is going to be really valuable. If you actually get the full Outriders pre-order, not the upgrade, the full one, you will actually get the base game. So if you've never played Outriders and you want to join people and you want to be ready for June 30th, you can actually pre-order the full version and get the base game today. If you're just looking for the upgrade, don't worry, all of your progress carries with you as a part of this expansion, and they're bringing in so much content that we're going to talk about in just a second. Here's the other key of this. If you do decide to jump in to Worldslayer, and you've never played this game before, they will give you the ability to start a character at level 30 right in Worldslayer, and as the game exists, you can jump backwards. So if your friends are playing it, if you want to join me while playing this game, but you never played the base one, well, you can. You're not going to be punished. And like I said, for existing players, all your progress carries forward with you. But this is where we're going to get into the core content of what the Worldslayer is going to be offering you. Now, forgive me if I end up kind of like glossing over like some basic terms if you don't know about Outriders, but generally speaking, they had this concept called world tiers. As you progress through the story, they had these, like, the difficulty would scale to your world tier, and you could set it up to any kind of different range. If you were looking for more casual story driven experience, you could keep that fairly low. If you're looking to try and challenge yourself and get the best gear, you would have that option. They're expanding this all the way to 40 now, which will include up to level 75 gear. Obviously, our level cap is increasing, and obviously they're actually introducing, well, I say obviously, a new tier system called Apocalypse tiers, which is going to replace the challenge tier system that we've seen in the past. And in Apocalypse tiers, you're going to actually have the ability to get Apocalypse variants of gears, which adds a third mod slot to continue to build out and trick out your different characters. Now, at this time, they are still only keeping the 4 base classes. You still have 6 character slots, so we're not seeing like a 5th class introduced, but they are adding in brand new progression systems, a new path of ascension. Plus, they're also adding in brand new skill tree additions that are tied into kind of story quests in the game. Honestly, it all looks very interesting and very exciting to see this continued progression system to continue to push your ascension, to push your power, to push your builds to all new heights. This is going to be coupled with also brand new legendary gear. Both class specific and universal legendary sets are being added. A brand new end game called the Trial of Tatal, and I know I'm butchering that, but they're going to go to that in more detail about what that is in a future spotlight. So note that I'll be covering that as we get into it here in the near future. But I'm personally really excited by the progression system. They're designing it for a long-term investment, despite it not being obviously a games as a service game, which I think is essentially great for people who want to choose to invest in that, challenge themselves in the new endgame, in the new full campaign story that continues what's going on in the world. And not to go into spoilers or anything, the anomaly itself apparently is growing, and that's having an effect on the zones, and we're getting obviously new zones, new threats. They talk about Ereshkigal, the dark overlord of the insurgents, and she's got her own plans for the future of humanity. So it's going to be something where I'm really excited to see how the story progresses from here, because at the end of the day, I actually really enjoyed Outriders' story. I really enjoyed the gameplay. It's something completely solid. What I was looking for but didn't end up getting, as I released that video yesterday talking about my hopes for Worldslayer, we didn't get any cross-save functionality, because I would happily play this across multiple different platforms. It does have cross-play, which is, I think, is important, but there were some bugs with that when the game launched. So hopefully with Worldslayer, we could see that they've kind of evened out the issues, and they have released updates like last fall's update, which fixed a lot of the problems, and also at the same time added in new endgame content. So at its core, here we go, guys. It's world slaying, boss killing time for Outriders, and hopefully you guys are as excited as I am to jump back into the world, continue the story, and continue the quest for ever more epic builds and more. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you got something good out of it. If you feel like I earn it, like, favorite, subscribe, and share all the standard YouTube stuff, as it really does help this channel continue to grow here in the future. Thanks so much for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with the clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.